Hello and welcome in. We've got your state dual championship action. I'm Cody Wagner here alongside Don Murphy, excited to bring you this action between your St. Edward Eagles and the Bees of Brecksville Broadview Heights. Don, I'll tell you, this Brecksville team has been wrestling absolutely phenomenal throughout this one here today, just beating Wadsworth by a score of 41-14. They're riding the momentum of that. How do you feel headed into this match between the Eagles and the Bees?
Well, certainly their match over Wadsworth was pretty dominating. They've wrestled great. I've kind of gone through the matchups. You've got 28 wrestlers here that are all ranked, well, maybe with the exception of St. Ed's 215 Wall, but 27 wrestlers who are all ranked in the state. The matchups are incredible. This is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be nip and tuck. There's going to be some toss-up matches. Whoever wins these toss-up matches may come away with the win. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be great high school wrestling.
And for me, I do not expect it to be like last year, which was the Eagles coming away with victory 54-9. I do not expect that the Eagles will come away with it that dominantly this season, as last year Brecksville beat Wadsworth by just one. Today, beating them 41-14, and this is a Brecksville team primed to try to shock this Eagles squad.
It is a very strong Brecksville team. They've got a lot of great senior leadership, some highly ranked wrestlers. Now they will battle every match, 6 minutes. It's going to be fun, and it's not going to be a match like last year.
And looking down this bout sheet, you kind of see these older wrestlers, like you mentioned, for this Brecksville squad. The Eagles post a very young team on paper, certainly have a lot of experience, but this Brecksville squad, very experienced, especially once you get up above 132. A lot of those wrestlers, those juniors and seniors, have been getting it done for this Brecksville squad.
Yeah, and they will certainly be doing that, or at least trying to do that again today as we get into this championship match. When you look at the St. Ed's lineups, the two seniors the Eagles had coming back, Zach Del Sander is out with an injury right now, and Brian Kilbane has not been able to get back on the mats with an injury. So no seniors at all in the St. Edward High School lineup, and only two juniors.
And you mentioned those two juniors for the Eagles, and that's going to be kind of one of those key points to look at, is if the experience of this Eagles squad plays any kind of factor. And I will tell you, a match that I'm very excited to watch later will be Caden Jett when he takes on Cade Brown of the Eagles.
Yeah, that's one of those matches that's going to be very interesting to see how it goes. Caden Jett, a real solid wrestler for Brecksville, a journeyman. He's been around. Jet name synonymous with Brecksville wrestling. So, yeah, that's going to be one of those great matchups.
And also one of those great matchups you will see immediately here, right at 106 pounds. It will be Ethan Timar for the Eagles, and it will be Rylan Seacrest here today for the Bees of Brecksville.
Yeah, how fun is this? The number 1 and 2 ranked wrestlers starting this match off. Timar ranked number 1 at this time, Seacrest ranked number 2. It's going to be a great bout.
And I was anticipating this Brecksville versus Eagles matchup partially just because of this bout. This is so exciting to watch. The two top guys at 106 pounds get ready to face off. Ethan Timar, Rylan Seacrest. Here we go. Just so much tension in this building as we get underway at 106 pounds. Both wrestlers gonna measure each other up early. And Don, we kind of saw a high pace earlier today from the Eagles throughout these matches today. And do you expect that against these higher ranked wrestlers of Brecksville, they'll be a little more measured?
I absolutely expect that. And here we go. We see Seacrest with the snap down and the go behind for the first takedown in the match.
And Seacrest, being very aggressive early, was already trying to work on another single leg shot on the edge of the mat, but the wrestlers work off the mat. Seacrest up 2-1 early. And Timar, this kid, you speak about him in last year, almost too small for this 106-pound weight class, which is kind of crazy to think about, but has really grown into the frame and has become a great 106-pound wrestler for the Eagles this season, as Seacrest now working on this front headlock, and wrestlers work off the mat, reset back into the center. We got 50 seconds remaining in the first period. And Don, you kind of talk about the momentum that can build in these dual matches. How big will this 106-pound match prove across this entire dual match?
It will probably take a couple matches for any momentum to build one way or another. I kind of anticipate with this wrestling, matches going back and forth, no one getting a large lead early on, but certainly knowing that this is one of those toss-up matches, it can start the momentum for the 113-pound match.
Ethan Timar's record stands at 32-4 on the season. Now working out this front headlock, trying to break that trip. Couldn't quite secure that position. Now Seacrest works on that front headlock on the edge of the mat, and we go off the mat. Heavy pace from both wrestlers here early. 15 seconds remain in the first period. Seacrest remains up by a score of 2-1. We've got just 10 seconds left. Seacrest feints the shot. And the wrestlers work off the mat. We'll just have 1 second as time will expire on the first period. Seacrest 2, Timar 1 headed into the second period. Timar now will have to work from this deficit, and he'll start in bottom position to begin the second period. And Seacrest will immediately award the escape point. Seemingly has found his home on the feet early in this match. Score now 2-2. 5 seconds into this second period. Now Seacrest working front headlock. Goes now with the collar tie, trying to control the wrist. And now this front headlock from Seacrest. This has been a heck of a match thus far. Seacrest number 2 in the state, Timar number 1 in the state. Just a high-level chess match from both wrestlers here early. They work off the mat, reset back to the center as Seacrest was getting close to finding that takedown on the edge of the mat, but now they will attend to Ethan Timar over on the edge of the mat with a bloody nose. Don, how do you feel about the offense of Seacrest early? He's been active often throughout this match. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, he's been active. He likes to snap Timar down, bring him down to the mat. Looks like he really likes to work out of that front headlock, get his opponent's head down on the mat, try to go around one way or the other. He's very aggressive with that. Really has a very, very nice front headlock. It's going to be hard for Timar to penetrate underneath Seacrest's defense, so he may have to do a snap down and a go around. This match is going to come down to, I think, at least one more takedown, maybe just one takedown, to see if we have a winner.
And you talk about the credentials of Ethan Timar. Took 4th place at Ironman earlier this season, and we'll see how that experience plays out here against Seacrest, who's in on that single leg. And Timar rolling through and now has the single leg of Seacrest. He's close to getting the takedown on the edge of the mat. He gets it. Ethan Timar comes through with a big takedown a minute into the second period. Don, walk us through it.
Yeah, what a great flurry by both those wrestlers. I'm not sure I can walk through too well, but Timar did a great job doing a roll through and came out with the single leg. Seacrest was trying really hard.
And has the cradle locked up. He works across. He might get this fall. Ethan Timar is so close. And he gets it! Ethan Timar comes through huge for the Eagles. The Eagles benches up for the first time today. And Ethan Timar gets it done for the Eagles. My goodness, that's a big moment. And Eagles go up 6-0 here early.
What a nice inside cradle by Ethan Timar. Seacrest came up, his head was down a little bit, close to his knee. Timar clapped that in, took him right to his back. Now when you talk about a momentum, when you expect a match between 1 and 2 to go down to maybe the final couple seconds in the third period, but one wrestler comes away with a win and a pin for a team, that can provide some momentum for the team.
And that pushes Timar's record to 3-0 on the day, all 3 pins. So we will go on to 113 pounds. This a very interesting match. It'll be Carson Brown for the Eagles, currently ranked at number 5 in the state, and Brett Stanley ranked number 8 in the state at 113 pounds.
Yeah, and when you look at these rankings, when they're that close, almost insignificant. Either wrestler, they're almost toss-up matches, and when you go through the lineup, a lot of these matches can be toss-ups. So it'll be interesting to see who can score the first takedowns in some of these matches, because that might provide the momentum to go ahead and beat a higher-ranked wrestler.
Stanley last season was 1-1 in the dual tournament, state championship dual match rather, and that one loss came to Ethan Timar of the Eagles, who came away with a win late in that match. But Stanley, a very highly rated wrestler, and last season got 4th place in the state at 106 pounds. Both these wrestlers fairly measured here early. We got 30 seconds left to go here in the first period. Still 0-0. Both these wrestlers, now the snap down from Brown, and he's trying to lock up a cradle. He didn't quite have it. Now working down to the single leg. And good job on the wrist control from Stanley. Gives that up now, and now Brown in on this single leg.
Only about 15 seconds, so he's got to score. Looks like Stanley's going to time up.
And Stanley doing a good job defensively there. And that'll be the end of the first period. It remains 0-0. And Don, how encouraging was that offensive flurry late in the period from Carson Brown?
Well, I think it was encouraging for both guys. Certainly Carson was in there. He kind of went for that inside cradle. Maybe he should have stayed down on the leg and finished that way. But Stanley did a great job of fighting that off and not giving up a takedown where he may have gone down 2-0 late in the first period and maybe ended the period that way.
Now we're going to have a lot of close matches here in this dual meet, I would guess. And that pin from Ethan Timar in that last match is likely going to loom large over this entire dual championship meet. And Carson Brown now works from underneath Brett Stanley 30 seconds into the second period. Stanley doing a good job on top here early. Now builds that quad pod. Up to the feet is Brown, and the potentially dangerous call will take them back down to the mat. And now Brown will once again be in bottom position, trying to work up to his feet. And every point in a match that's as close as this one can prove huge, so you want to see Brown able to get this escape. He's very close. Now Stanley now on the ankle of Brown, and he'll get the stall warning, and Brown tried to roll through for a second, but forced to go back belly down. And now Stanley trying to work him across to his back. Brett Stanley remaining heavy on top. 55 seconds left to go, and trying to get back points to Stanley. Brown doing a good job defensively for the moment. Stanley trying to continue to work this position. Brown still on bottom. Stanley takes a look up at the clock. 35 seconds remain. And Don, at the beginning of this dual championship meet, you mentioned how much these close matches matter, and this is going to be a close one. And so we'll see who can come out on top. There's still 15 seconds remaining in the second period. Carson Brown on bottom, 10 seconds left. We'll see if he can work for this escape point. Tries to roll over, and he'll get the reversal and back points. Did he get the two? He got the 2 back points as well. Now he goes up 4-0. Don, that is huge.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty big move by Carson Brown there to step over, take Stanley to his back. I'm pretty sure he will have gotten 2 back points. When I looked up at the clock after the referee counted 1, I saw at least another second there. So I think I don't think the referee's going to change his mind on that. Definitely a 2-2. So we go into the third period with Carson Brown leading.
He's up 4-0 now. It looked like it was going to be possibly 0-0 headed into this third period. Stanley would go bottom and potentially get that escape point. Now Brown has that 4-point cushion headed into the third period.
Yeah, it's 4-0, and Stanley has been warned for stalling.
Yes. Head coach John Heffernan up out of his chair to speak with Carson Brown, who came through late in that second period to get 4 points, and it will remain. Rather, they changed the score, Don. It's 2-0 now, Brown, and that kind of changes the complexity of this match.
Yeah.
If Stanley gets the reversal, that ties it up 2-2.
Yeah, or an escape, and they're going to go on their feet.
Yep.
So
now it becomes interesting.
Now to come down to a takedown here, and Stanley will push the pace of the match, certainly, to try to get through Carson Brown's defenses.
2-1 Brown. 1:45 remains in this match. Eagles fans watch on with bated breath as Carson Brown up by 1 in this match against Brett Stanley. Now 1:30 left on the clock. And Don, high school wrestling does not get much more big time than this right here.
Ooh, yeah, nice shot by Brett Stanley there. Nice slow shot, got in on Carson's ankle.
Carson trying to hold on to that leg of Stanley for the moment. And Stanley's going to turn back in. No takedown awarded yet. Brown staying on the legs of Stanley, and we'll get a stalemate. And the Brecksville bench is all up in arms, disappointed with that call. But nonetheless, we will continue on here. A minute remains in the third period.
Yeah, Carson Brown had both the ankles tied up, although Stanley had a Turk, and he really needed to peel one of those hands off the ankle to be awarded a takedown.
This number 5 versus number 8 in the state. Carson Brown in on that shot. He's got the single leg. He's going to try to elevate that, but trying to use this whizzer of Stanley.
Stanley's fighting it hard. He's been able to square away, so now he's looking to go after an ankle.
We've got 30 seconds left on in this match between Carson Brown and Brett Stanley, and the stalemate will come. 26 seconds remaining. Man, this has been a fun match thus far between Carson Brown and Brett Stanley. And the wrestlers continue out in the center of the mat. 15 seconds remain. And now Brown goes in on that shot. He's got the single leg of Stanley. Stanley trying to elevate his hips. And trying to roll through Stanley, looking for the takedown late, and he will not get it. That's a win for Carson Brown. The Eagles now go up 9-0, and they approve of that performance from Carson Brown here in the Eagles' Nest. And now, with that win, we go on to 120 pounds. It'll be Adam Butler here for the Eagles, and he will be taking on Caden Pluhar of Brecksville. Pluhar currently ranked at number 17 in the state. Butler ranked number 3 in the state at 120 pounds. And Don, how do you feel about this performance thus far from the Eagles?
Well, I think like I said, these matches are going to be nip and tuck, and this one will be no different. Carson Brown pulling that match out and winning it 2-0 was a big win. We're going to see some more matches like that both ways. The Eagles need to continue the momentum if they want to win a dual match championship.
And the potentially dangerous call comes there. Wrestlers will go back to the middle. Minute 15 remains here in the first period. Adam Butler for this Eagles squad was a state runner-up in his freshman season last year, and will look to repeat a run of similar caliber later in March as he gets a takedown right there on the edge of the mat. Not quite awarded yet. Now they give him the takedown, and wrestlers go off the mat, reset back into the center. Adam Butler now up 2-0. A minute remains in the first period.
Yeah, certainly that was close. Pluhar had the whizzer end, but he was all the way down on his hip. Butler was on the side of that whizzer, so I think the referee was okay in calling that takedown.
And last season, Cade Brown had a pin over Pluhar in 2 minutes, 24 seconds in the state dual tournament last season. So we'll see if Butler can try to repeat a similar result here at 120 pounds. Butler up 2-0 early, 38 seconds remain in the first period. Butler will be on top. And this a rematch of last season's dual championship. The Eagles won that 54-9. Thus far it's 9-0 Eagles, and Pluhar comes away with the reversal.
Yeah, Pluhar did a nice job. He kind of got to his feet. Butler stayed in with the half, and he did a little somersault roll through. He almost got a reverse last time.
And Butler now trying to roll through and find his own reversal, and he won't do so quite yet, not being rewarded by the referee. We've got 5 seconds left for Butler to get this reversal. The Eagles bench looking for it, but will not get it. And we will head into this second period tied at 2-2. And with these close matches, you see all these close calls coming, and some go your way, some don't go your way, and we'll continue on to the second period.
Yeah, that was very close to Butler getting a reversal, but time ran out. Might have got a reversal if he had a few more seconds.
Now Butler will be on bottom, works up to his base, now trying to break that grip of Pluhar. Pluhar doing a good job dragging Butler back down to the mat, and Butler might try to look for a reversal in this spot, and he's going to be close. It might get a pin. No, not quite. I thought that he had reversed the position. Not quite yet from Butler. Pluhar very far off to that side, though, of Butler. And now Pluhar now getting more underneath Butler. And Pluhar stays in that position 30 seconds into the second period.
Yeah, Pluhar doing a nice job with the legs. He's kind of hanging on there. Not a whole lot of offense there. He's just kind of throwing the boots in and just kind of slowing Butler down.
And Butler now will try to build up and possibly work Pluhar off the top of his body. But with that boot in, it will be difficult to do so. Butler now trying to shake Pluhar off the top. Got 55 seconds left in the second period. Adam Butler trying to get this escape. And now that half of Pluhar, power half. And Butler finds himself on top. And the 2 points for the reversal for Adam Butler. And Don, could you walk us through what went wrong for Pluhar in that position?
Well, Pluhar wasn't keeping enough pressure on, and Adam was eventually able to kind of pull him off to the side. And in doing so, Pluhar got a little high with the legs, and Butler was able to shake him, get Pluhar down on his side, and then able to sneak an arm through for the reversal.
Adam Butler now up 4-2 here late in the second period. Butler from a wrestling family. Father Joe Butler used to wrestle for the Eagles back in the day. Adam now getting it done on the mats for this Eagles squad as he tries to ride out the remainder of this second period. 10 seconds remain. And Butler will drag him back down the mat. 5 seconds left. And that will do it here for the second period. Adam Butler up 4-2, headed into this third period. And Don, these matches thus far have been so well contested and very fun to watch up here in the booth.
Absolutely some great wrestling. And here Pluhar takes down. He's able to get a reversal early on in the match. So it'll be interesting to see what he does and the strategy Butler employs here to try to stop him from getting the reversal.
Butler, the 4 points off a takedown and a reversal, and now looking for back points is Adam Butler. And he'll be awarded the 2 back points once that grip is broken.
Pluhar's got Butler's leg there, so Butler's kind of in a tough position there while he's back on top now. So Pluhar's kind of got his hips down on the mats, and we got the back points.
And now Butler on top, 6-2, a minute 30 remains in the third period. That's a huge cushion for Butler to be able to get those 2 back points. Now a reversal no longer ties this match.
Yeah, Butler kept away from the half so far this period. He tried to work a tilt there. He had a bar in. the half Nelson's where he got in trouble and got reversed earlier in the match.
And that's what you see from these high-level wrestlers. They realize once these guys have figured out certain moves, they don't go back to it because they might get reversed in that position once again.
Absolutely.
Butler now works on top here. 50 seconds remain. Luhar trying to get something going on bottom. Down 4 with 40 seconds remaining. Eagles up by a score of 9-0 in this dual meet thus far. And this is for the state championship. The last couple of years it was done by OHSAA, now brought back to the Ohio Wrestling Coaches Association, this title of Team Dual Championship. So we'll see if the Eagles can come through today as they are already up 9-0, and if Butler can ride out this last 10 seconds, they'll go up 12-0, and Adam Butler will do so. The Eagles bench clapping it up for him, and Eagles 12, Bees 0 on your Eagles Sports Network. Adam Butler giving a little what's up to the crowd, and he gets it done for this Eagles squad. Let's go now to 126 pounds. It'll be Joe Sandifer here for the Eagles, and he will be taking on Jace Jett of Brecksville. And Jett, a freshman here for this Bees squad. Ranked number 7 in the state at 126 pounds. Sandifer ranked number 3 in the state at 126 pounds.
And once again, another high-level matchup between two really solid wrestlers.
And Sandifer is still yet to wrestle today. That first match today, wrestled by Jacob Kyle. Then there was a forfeit in that match against Dublin Kaufman. And so this will be Sandifer's first time out here today as he's going to try to spin around to the back of Jett. And Jett doing a good job trying to control the wrist of Sandifer. And now he's in on that leg of Sandifer is Jett, and the potentially dangerous call comes, and some complaints from the Brecksville bench, but nonetheless we'll reset back to the center here with a minute to go in the first period. Wrestlers now tie up here, now working towards the edge of the mat. Sandifer kind of pushing back Jett throughout this early going. And once again, we'll reset back into neutral position. 45 seconds remain in the first period. Now wrestlers tie up here in the middle of the mat. Joe Sandifer earlier this year beat a state qualifier from Maslin Perry in Austin McBurney, who's currently ranked 4th in the state. So that was an exciting matchup earlier this year. I got to call it alongside you, and Sandifer has really built throughout the season and shown that he is a strong wrestler for this Eagles squad.
Yeah, both the wrestlers still working, filling themselves out, filling each other out, trying to figure out what takedown might work for them.
Jace Jett last weekend went 2-0 with a technical fall, then a 3-1 decision. And the wrestlers once again working off the mat, reset back into the center, 5 seconds left to go. And in these higher level matches, like I mentioned, you will see more of this feeling out process like you saw in the first period between Sandifer and Jett. It will be Sandifer to go down to begin the second period. And looking over to the scores table, there's some confusion on who has the choice. And Jace Jett will go down. It'll be Sandifer on top to begin the second period. Sandifer covers, and we are underway here in the second period. Still 0-0 between Jett and Sandifer. It's the first time we've hit the mat in this match. It'll be Sandifer on top. Minute 45 remains in the second period. Jett trying to work the Sandifer trying to work the far side of the body of Jet. Jet doing a good job offensively thus far, not allowing Sandifer's offense to get going, and now works for the reversal. Jet gets the 2-point reversal. He'll now go up 2-0 here. 1:10 remains in the second period. Jace Jet now on top in this match between the number 7 and number 3 ranked wrestlers in the state of Ohio. And like you mentioned earlier, those rankings, once you get into these matches that are so close, just kind of numbers. And you're seeing that with Jet on top here early, up 2-0. We got 40 seconds left to go in the second period. Now wrestlers over on the edge of the mat. Sandifer trying to roll through, rolls off the mat, and we'll go back to the center here. 30 seconds remain in the second period. It'll be Sandifer on bottom. As you want to see him get this escape late in the second period, so he doesn't have to worry about getting a reversal or a takedown in the third period. And Jet doing a good job on top. He's got both boots in now. And Sandifer's record stands at 20-7 on the season for the Eagles. Jet continues on top, and he will end the period on top. Sandifer down 2-0 as we head into this third period. We've got 2 minutes left to go between Jace Jet and Joe Sandifer. And Sandifer trying to build up, but Jet doing a great job, able to get those boots in once again, and that's what he's been working with thus far, Don, working those boots in and controlling Sandifer.
Yeah, he's certainly done a great job of riding. He's gotten control in. He's got Sandifer tied up now. He's got both the boots in, or I should say he's got the boots in and scissors there, and he's got the far arm tied up, maybe looking for a tilt. Sandifer having a hard time fighting off here.
Jet's control has just been great on top thus far, as now Sandifer trying to hook the leg of Jet, and now Sandifer trying to work back up to the feet. And he's back up and not quite yet secure the escape point. And now trying to get the reversal of Sandifer. He's very close. Jace Jet still considered in control in this position. And the 1 point for Sandifer, and now he's close on that takedown. And the potentially dangerous call from Sandifer, as he had a good shot to get that takedown, but will get the potentially dangerous and reset back into the center. Sandifer now down 1-2, 45 seconds remain. And Don, Sandifer so close on that takedown, it hurts to see that potentially dangerous call.
Well, that, unfortunately, same call that happened in the first period where he had the ankle, or pulled on the ankle, had it pulled up. Yeah, Sandifer's got to get after him. He's got to get something going. Might have a stalling warning here.
And Sandifer down by 1. If it's not the stalling, he's gonna need a takedown in this match.
He's gonna have to have a clean, hard shot where he can finish quickly, because he doesn't have a lot of time left.
And he's gonna have to do it soon. We've got 18 seconds left on the clock. Joe Sandifer now working out of this front headlock. He'll try to work around to the back, and once again pulling on that ankle.
Yeah, he made the same mistake he made earlier. He let Jet grab his far leg.
And that'll be it. First victory for Brecksville against the Eagles. And score will now go to 12-3 Eagles. A good match wrestled there by Jace Jett.
Actually, a great match by Jason Jett. Didn't give up any takedowns, wrestled hard, was very aggressive on top. Well wrestled match.
Now we'll go on to 132 pounds. This is the match I was talking about. It is Cade Brown, the number 5 ranked wrestler in the state, going up against Caden Jett, the senior, the number 3 ranked wrestler in the state at 132 pounds. This will be a very interesting matchup between 2 highly ranked wrestlers, as we've seen throughout the day thus far, Don. Now Jett trying to work a front headlock right now. Caden Jett, brother of Jace Jett, who we just got to see wrestle. So the Jett family, highly touted wrestlers, as Cade now in this waterfall position. And Jace Jett, last season at this dual tournament, got a 2-1 decision over the Eagles' Ryan Bennett at 126 pounds last season. So he's very familiar with this Eagles squad, and will get a stalemate just as Caden Jett started to switch the position. So he kind of sat in that position for some time. The ref calls stalemate, and right as he did, Caden Jett tried to improve the position. But
yeah, Carson Brown in on a low takedown here. I'm not sure he's going to be able to score. Cade Jett's got that ankle pretty tight, so it's going to be interesting to see if he can get that ankle free.
We'll see if Cade Brown can try to secure this takedown. He's got Jett in on that leg. Jett doing a good job of defending, just holding on to the ankle. And now Jett might roll through to a position where he finds it advantageous. Now Jett locking around the body of Brown. See if Brown can pop the head out and get on top, and not getting the takedown is Cade Brown. And that'll be it for the first period. What a first period. High-level scrambles and a great match thus far.
Wrestlers getting in a position where they're not giving up a takedown and then trying to eventually work them into a potential takedown. A lot of counter wrestling going back and forth. Great defense by both wrestlers.
Record stands at 25-5 on the season for Cade Brown. We'll see if he can improve that to 26-5 here against Caden Jett. And these wrestlers, a chance they'll meet down the line in that state tournament in March as Jett works on top. This, of course, the state dual championship brought to you by the Eagles Sports Network. I'm Cody Wagner here alongside Don Murphy, bringing you this action between your Eagles of St. Edward and the Bees of Brecksville. Caden Jett in this top position here. 1:20 remains in the second period. And from both these Jett brothers, we've seen phenomenal control on top.
Yeah, good leg riding. They tie you up. They tie the arms up. They tie the neck up. They do a good job there.
And now trying to build a base is Brown. Brown now back up to the feet. We'll see if he can break the grip of Jett, and now switches the position, and he gets the escape.
Right, he hit a nice switch there and ended up squaring up, hip heist into square up, so he's got the point. Took him a long time to get there, but certainly got into that position.
And Cade Brown up 1-0 here. 35 seconds remain in the second period. And now Jett trying to work from this front headlock position. He's got 20 seconds left to work. Jett continuing to hold on to this position for the moment. He'll let it go. We've got 10 seconds left in the second period. And man, this has been fun to watch here from the Eagles' Nest. It's Eagles up 12-3 against Brecksville. We're at 132 pounds. It's Cade Brown versus Caden Jett. on the Eagles Sports Network. Let's see some third period action. Brown up 1-0. If you got a chance to watch Cade Brown throughout this season, he has a very strong top game, but Jet doing a good job of rolling through there and being able to work back to his feet. And now Jet once again working this front headlock. He's had this position throughout the bout, but has not been able to secure a takedown off of it. Score is knotted at 1-1. We've got 1:30 remaining in the third period. And he tried to go to that single leg was Cade Brown, but heavy with this front headlock is Caden Jet. And now they once again work at distance here. And we got a minute left to go. And for Cade Brown, he's coming back off 2 weeks absence, and now Caden Jet trying to get a takedown and roll from Cade Brown. Cade Brown now in on the leg of Jet. Kind of a similar position we saw earlier, but flipped. Now Brown on bottom trying to hold on to this leg, and we'll get a stalemate. Not quite yet. We will get the stalemate call now. It's 28 seconds remaining. 1-1 between Jet and Brown. And both these wrestlers have worked hard, and both their endurance is certainly being tested in this match. As Brown tries to hold on to that single leg, Jet trying to spin around to the back. Now Jet drops down to the single leg. Brown going to hold on to the leg of Jet, and we got 5 seconds left. Still no takedown. And that's going to be it for regulation. We'll go on to this sudden victory period. It's 1-1 between Caden Jet and Cade Brown. And Brecksville coaches giving him some advice on how to finish that position, it seems like, over on the edge of the mat. And it will be a moment, the refs will discuss it. And, yep, we'll go on to sudden victory. We'll have 1 minute. Wrestlers will work from neutral position. First point scored wins the match. We'll see if Cade Brown can come through here for the Eagles. Gotta think that this will be a big momentum match for whoever wins it. Kind of getting towards closer and closer to midway through this dual meet, and this is certainly a big match between Jet and Brown. We'll see who comes away with victory. We got 30 seconds left in this sudden victory period, and Brown with the whizzer, Jet with the underhook. Now trying to go to this front headlock and work around to the back. Jet's very close, and they wanted the two was Brecksville, but now Cade Brown trying to secure the position. Some Eds fans calling for two. We got 5 seconds left as Ed's bench calling for two, and that'll be it for the sudden victory period. It'll still be 1-1, and now we'll go to the riding portion of this sudden victory time. Now it'll be 30 seconds with which the wrestlers have to work. One will be on top, one will be on bottom. Great
flurries with both those wrestlers. Both of them close to having takedowns, but they couldn't quite secure the takedown. The referee being very consistent.
And I was going to mention that the ref throughout this match has been very consistent, been very conservative with handing out those takedowns, and so it'll be Brown on bottom. He'll try to get this escape point. He had difficulty escaping in that, and trying to get the reversals. Cade Brown very close, and he will get the escape point. We got 10 seconds left here in this period. And in 5 seconds, Brown will have a chance to go in the top position, and it will be Cade Jet who will have to work out of bottom. My goodness, Don, this has been a heck of a match between two highly ranked wrestlers.
Great wrestling so far. Lots of flurries, hard wrestling. I want to see him keep wrestling. This is really exciting.
Cade Brown up 2-1. Jet has 30 seconds with which to get back to his feet and try to get this escape. And Brown drags him back down to the mat. 20 seconds left. Brown continuing to control this position. And from this position, Jet might just try to get this reversal. And Cade Brown trying to control the position. We got 5 seconds left. Jet trying to switch the position. And he'll get the escape point. My goodness, 2-2. And we'll get some more wrestling just like you wished for, Don.
Wow. He got that escape point with maybe 2 seconds to go, but never stopped. So this is the ultimate tiebreaker. I think Cade scored first. Cade Brown scored first, so he chooses down.
What a match this has been. Cade Brown trying to work back up to the feet. And he worked to the standing position. Jet dragged him back down. He's trying to work up. 20 seconds remain. Brown trying desperately to work up. And Jet now might be in a chance to get some back points. We got 5 seconds left. And Cade Brown close. And that'll be it. And a win for Cade Jet and the Brecksville Bees. And when you talk about huge matches, that is one right there between Cade Jet and Cade Brown.
Yeah, what a great match between two great wrestlers. Cade Jet able to hold on there in the last couple seconds to win that ultimate tiebreaker.
And what a match it was. Now it's 12-6. Eagles still remain up. And this has been close thus far between your Eagles and the Bees of Brecksville. Now we go to 138 pounds. It'll be the state champion Illinois commit, Ryan Bennett, for the Eagles, and it'll be Chase Pluhar, the senior, for the Bees. Pluhar ranked number 8 in the state, Bennett currently at number 3. Earlier today, Bennett lost a close 6-4 decision to Omar Ayub, who's a very highly touted wrestler, and Ryan Bennett getting the takedown early in this match against Pluhar. Up 2-0 here, a minute 20 remains in the first period. Coming off that momentum are the Bees from that big Cade Jet win. Bennett now stifling on top. Heavy pressure thus far. Had that half in on the left side for a moment. Lets that go. Now controlling the left wrist of Pluhar. Now Pluhar trying to stand back up. Bennett not allowing it. Ryan Bennett in his freshman season was a state champion last season. Took 4th place in the state. And the wrestlers will go off the mat and they will reset back into the center. And last year, Bennett was 2-1 at that state dual meet. Coming away with 2 pins, then lost a close decision to Cade Jet last season. And now Bennett continuing to work on top, just absolutely suffocating pressure from Bennett thus far. We got 10 seconds left in the first period. 5 seconds now with Bennett trying to ride out this period, and that will do it for the first period of action. Bennett 2, Pluhar 0. Chase Pluhar last weekend coming away with 2 victories. So was Ryan Bennett for the Eagles. And Pluhar last year got 4th in the state at 132 pounds. Bennett 4th in the state at 126 pounds. Pluhar continuing on top here in the second period. Bennett chose that bottom position, and Pluhar has broken him down here 20 seconds into the second period. Pluhar appearing very heavy on top early in the second period. Bennett already up by a score of 2. Earlier this season got a decision victory over Charles Curtis of Maslin Perry, who's currently ranked 5 in the state. So you talk about Ryan Bennett, you got to talk about a high-level wrestler. And this young man who will go on to wrestle at Illinois after his season next year. Pluhar continues to work in this position on top, and now Bennett trying to roll through with that mat return from Pluhar, but Pluhar follows him and stays on top here. We got a minute remaining in the second period. Bennett still on bottom. And Don, Pluhar has shown good pressure on top here throughout this second period, just not allowing Bennett to build a base thus far.
Yeah, he's done a good job keeping Bennett down on the mat. Bennett's he's got to get out of those legs if he needs to get up. Pluhar a little bit high right now, but he's doing a good job of stretching Bennett out and getting his hips back in good position.
And Pluhar continues on top here. We got 20 seconds left in the second period. And now he had that half on the left side for a moment. Referee blocking our view. Pluhar stays on top for the moment, and potentially dangerous call. We will get reset back into the center. We got 4 seconds left in the second period. Pluhar has looked great on top here in this period. Bennett unable to escape and will attempt one last roll, but couldn't quite get through as Pluhar's suffocating pressure stopped that, and we'll go into the third period. It'll be Bennett 2, Pluhar 0. And Pluhar will go down to begin this third period, Was unable to get out of the grasp of Bennett in that first period. We'll see if he can do so here. And now the reversal for Pluhar, that'll make it 2-2. Don, what did you see in that position?
Yeah, I saw Bennett kind of get his leg caught up underneath. Pluhar grabbed that and then was able to parlay that into a reversal. Got Bennett on his hip. And was able to score the reversal.
And now Bennett trying to potentially work for a reversal of his own in this position. Pluhar only controlling now with the upper body. You got the legs back involved. Pluhar now on top of Bennett, getting a little high. And we'll get a stalemate call. And 56 seconds left in the period. And last match went into overtime. This one building towards that direction. Hopefully Ryan Bennett for the Eagles can get an escape here as he tries to roll through. Pluhar just following him on all those rolls thus far.
Yeah, doing a good job tying him up. So Bennett's still looking to try to get underneath these legs and possibly get out.
And now tying up that arm of Bennett is Pluhar. That's in deep. Pluhar still a little high, but has done a great job with the control, and now has that arm deep, and now Bennett trying to sneak out the back door and get a takedown of his own. It's still Pluhar in control, and now it's an escape for Bennett, and Pluhar's got to work fast. He's got 4 seconds left. A big escape for Ryan Bennett. And Pluhar now trying to get this takedown late, and the match will go to Ryan Bennett of the Eagles. And now Eagles go up 15-6. How'd you feel about that match from Bennett?
what a great match between two solid wrestlers. I imagine if they see each other again, Evan Bennett won't take down when it's his opportunity. But great wrestling. Bennett never gave up. Kept working. Got the escape at the end of the match and was able to secure the win for the Eagles.
And this entire dual match between the Eagles and the Bees has been so entertaining to watch. And now we're up at 144 pounds. It's Lucan O'Brien for the Eagles, and it'll be Brock Herman of the Bees.
Yeah, Brock Herman ranked number 2 in the state. You know, this is where Brecksville would certainly think they could get a victory, and certainly they'll work for any extra points they can get. But in these types of dual matches, it's hard to get bonus points.
And you mentioned there Herman at number 2 in the state, O'Brien number 5 in the state. Once again, we're seeing some high-level wrestling and a takedown there from Brock Herman. Until now, allow O'Brien back up. And the escape point will be awarded to Lucan O'Brien. And we will continue to wrestle on here. A minute remains here in the first period. Now shooting in is Herman, and he gets another takedown up 4-1. Don, you've seen Herman getting these takedowns early. Is there anything O'Brien can try to do to stop these shots of Herman?
Well, Herman's controlling the tie-up, so Lucan's got to work on not allowing for that control of the tie-up. And when he shoots in, last takedown Herman got, Lucan shot in, he was coming out, and Herman made a shot as he tried to come out, and we'll see if he does it again right now. No, he's able to break off. So Lucan's got to work real hard to get a good setup for a good penetration if he wants to get a takedown.
And we continue here, 15 seconds left in this first period. And now, once again, Herman getting that takedown.
Yeah, that's a third fireman's carry. He's been able to hit on Lucan. Lucan cannot give that tie-up.
And it's been the takedowns from that clinch position for Brock Herman thus far. He's up 6-2 headed into the second period. And earlier this season, Lucan O'Brien was able to defeat Bryce Kohler of St. Paris Graham, a state qualifier. So O'Brien has had a very solid season thus far, getting the escape point early in the second period. 15 seconds into the period, wrestlers work off the mat. Herman up 6-3. Wrestlers now working at distance. It's been the tie-ups that have gotten Herman the takedowns thus far. We'll see if he tries to get close to O'Brien once again. And now once again goes to that position you saw.
Yeah, went to a high crotch that time from that tie-up. Continues to attack Lucan's left side.
Now Herman with that takedown goes up 8-3. We got 1:10 remaining in the second period. And now Herman might get a fall here. He's very close on this position. And he gets it. That's a big fall for the Bees. And Brock Herman comes through huge for Brecksville. And now that makes it 15-12 Eagles. The Eagles are going to have to battle today.
Yeah, we knew these matches were going to be tough and going to be close. So anytime you can get bonus points, it's important. And that was a big one for Brecksville there.
So able to get that pin back that T-Mar got earlier in the match that was kind of looming large for the Eagles. And so with that fall for Brecksville, that puts them within 3. Now we've got the 150-pound match. It's Bradley Eaton for the Eagles and David Zambonis for the Bees. Eaton already secured a takedown. 20 seconds in the match, Bradley Eaton up 2-0. Zambonis ranked number 18 in the state. Eaton ranked number 3 in the state. potentially a match that Coach John Heffernan might look for some bonus points in. As you know, all these matches are going to be close. You want to get bonus points where you can get them. And so we'll see if Eden can come through here for the Eagles, up 2-1 early. And now Zambonis trying to get this takedown. And a wild roll there from Eden, which almost ended him up on his back. And a takedown there from Zambonis. He's on top now, 3-2. We got a minute remaining in this first period, and David Zambonis has been active early and is up 3-2. We got 45 seconds left in this first period. This Eagles squad's domination in wrestling in the state of Ohio just kind of goes unmatched, as over the last 4 years have won all 4 dual state championships under the coaching of Coach John Heffernan. We'll see if they can get it done here today against this strong Brecksville squad. Eagles up 3 at the moment. Bradley Eaton down 2-3 against Zambonis in this bout. Zambonis going to try to drag Eaton back down the mat. He does so. Zambonis with these high amplitude moves so far. And wrestlers will now go back to the center of the mat. It'll be Eden on bottom here. We got 20 seconds left in the first period. Eden down 2-3. Eden now works up to the feet. Zambonis once again dragging him back down to the mat. Zambonis relentless with these mat returns. As now Zambonis goes down to the ankle of Eden. And Eagles bench calling for a stall warning. Didn't get one, and now we'll end the first period. Zambonis up 3-2. And that was a heck of a period from David Zambonis for the Brecksville Bees. And Zambonis gets the escape point. This Brecksville crowd now getting into it. It'll be 4-2 Zambonis. The clock not running. And they'll stop action as the referee sees that. And they might just set it at 140. If I had to guess, somewhere about 20 seconds into the period. Bradley Eden, the sophomore for the Eagles. And they'll set time at 1:45. And last season in this dual match, Zambonis and Eden actually faced off. Eden won that match 12-3. Zambonis up at the moment. Now he's trying to secure this takedown. Eden able to scramble away. And now the wrestlers will work off the edge of the mat. It's 4-2 Zambonis. Minute 25 left in the second period. The Eden now double underhooks. And these wrestlers continuing with this high-level action here between your Eagles of St. Edward and the Bees of Brecksville. And now Zambonis is going to get another takedown. The Bees jumping out onto the mat, very excited for their guy, David Zambonis, who has been putting up a heck of a match against Bradley Eaton. And now the bench of the Bees looking for a stalling call on Eaton. It's Zambonis on top here. 30 seconds remain in the second period. Eaton of the Eagles on bottom. Bees shouting for a stalling call on Eaton. We got 15 seconds left in the period. And Zambonis has done a great job on top here in the second period. It'll be 6-2 Zambonis headed in to the third period. Eden slow making his way up off the mat. And he'll go down to begin the third period. He's got some work to do. We've got 2 minutes left to go. Bradley Eden down 6-2. And Eden continues to make his way back to feet, and now trying to roll through his Eden. And Eden now potentially in a spot where he could get a reversal. Zambonis a little far out in front now. Tries to recover back around the back of Eden. And Eden might end up with a reversal, but he will get the escape point. So it will be 6-3 Zambonis. Now they're yelling for a stall call on Eden as he took a second over on the edge of the mat, and we will continue on. No stall call coming. Bradley Eden down 6-3 and is now going to try to get a takedown. Zambonis has just wrestled so well in this match against Eden.
Yeah, certainly been very aggressive and has taken the opportunity every chance he gets.
And Eden trying to drag Zambonis down to the mat. Zambonis just doing a great job defensively thus far. It was a good takedown attempt from Eden. And now he's injured the leg of Eden. It appears Eden's down. And Eden now remains down on the mat. There's still a minute left to go in this match. He'll be attended to by trainer Brian Warner and head coach John Heffernan. Zambonis was up 6-3. Don't like to see the Eagles wrestler down on the mat. And there's a minute left to go on this injury timeout. And Eden slowly makes his way back up. And we'll see the wrestlers in the neutral position here. We got a minute left to go. Eden down by a score of 3-6. And Eden now looking for this takedown. Couldn't quite get it. And now he's trying to secure this position is Bradley Eden. He gets the takedown. We got 30 seconds left to work for Bradley Eden to try to come away with victory. And he's gonna elect to try to go get another takedown. We got 30 seconds left. Eden down by 2. Trying to get the single leg is Eden working up to the body now. And he gets the takedown. The Eagles crowd is going crazy. It's 7-7 now. Wrestlers go off the edge of the mat. And we got 13 seconds left. It is absolutely imperative that Eden ride out this position. And Don, what a match it has been. And not quite sure what happened there. It's 6-7. And Eden's going to have to get a takedown. They actually did not award him the takedown on the edge of that. And so that'll be victory for David Zambonis. Last season taken down by Eden. Not so this year. David Zambonis coming away with victory. 7-5. And that will tie up our match score. It'll be 15-15.
Yeah, certainly. You never know with these dual matches how things are going to go. Brecksville certainly getting some momentum here and going into kind of the strength of their lineup. Their upper weights are pretty strong.
And now we go on to 157 pounds. It'll be the freshman Aiden Peterson here for the Eagles. He will be taking on Evan Rizzo of the Bees. Rizzo ranked number 13 in the state. Peterson is ranked number 15 in the state. So this is kind of one of those toss-up matches. We'll see if the Eagles can come away with victory in this one. And now Rizzo trying to secure this takedown. He does so. He goes up 2-0. Early in this match, 20 seconds in, Rizzo up 2-0. And now has the cradle. Let's see if he can run that across. That's locked up. And Peterson doing a good job of staving off this position, and now Rizzo runs it. But Peterson doing a phenomenal job trying to defend it thus far. Rizzo has that position locked up. And brings him closer to the body. And now they're right on the edge of the mat. And that was a great job by Aiden Peterson, able to defend that cradle from Rizzo.
Yeah, Rizzo had that locked up tight. I thought for sure he might be able to get some back points off that, but Aiden Peterson fought that really well, was able to keep to his base. One time he got knocked off his base, he came back to it, was able to fight that inside cradle off very well.
The freshman for the Eagles, record stands at 19-9 on the season. He tries to work out from underneath Rizzo. Evan Rizzo remaining heavy on top here. We got 30 seconds left in the first period. He's now trying to work that half, and that'll be a potentially dangerous call by the referee. And it'll still be Peterson on bottom. He's got 20 seconds to try to get an escape. Rizzo last weekend went 2-0 against Aurora and Menor. He's now dropped down to the leg of Peterson, who's trying to get an escape late in the period. And we might get a stall call from Rizzo. And we do. Just with 1 second remaining, Evan Rizzo gets a stall warning. And Rizzo able to ride out the first period of action. Now we go to the second period. Rizzo up 2-0. Aiden had difficulty getting out from underneath Rizzo in that first period. He'll look to get out from underneath here as he starts on bottom in the second period. And Peterson, it was an encouraging sign where he made Rizzo go down to the leg, but ultimately was unable to quite secure that escape. And so we will continue to wrestle on here. Rizzo up 2-0, and now trying to switch the position is Aiden Peterson, and he's getting close to getting this reversal, and they'll give it to him, and potentially back points to come for Peterson. And we got the 2 count from the referee, and that'll be awarded to Aiden Peterson, who will now go up 4-2. We got 1:10 left in the second period. Aiden Peterson up 4-2. Those back points are huge, Don. We'll see if Peterson can try to ride out this period, as likely Rizzo will choose bottom in the third period. Trying to work this bar across is Peterson. He's got that in deep, Don.
He needs to make some big steps, keep going towards the head. Yeah, it looks like he
kind of lost the position.
Yeah, Rizzo did a great job fighting that off. Still has the bar in, but Rizzo fought that off really well. And it looks like Aiden's going to lose the bar. Oh, nope, he's still got that in. So he needs to make some big steps, go towards the head if he wants to go.
And he's trying to do so. Rizzo doing a good job of fighting it off.
Yeah. Just like Peterson fought off that cradle, Rizzo did a great job of fighting off that bar.
We got 10 seconds left. Peterson trying to ride out this second period. He's got that spotted right in. Trying to work it across now is Peterson for some back points.
No time, though.
And that's it. Time runs out on the second period. Aiden Peterson up 4-2. And injury timeout for Evan Rizzo. And they'll have a minute and a half on this injury timeout for Rizzo. What an environment we have here in the Eagles Nest for some afternoon wrestling in the state dual championship. And what a match it's been between the Eagles and the Bees. Scores at 15-15. And Aiden Peterson in this match currently up 4-2. And it'll be neutral position. Rizzo will choose to go in neutral as Peterson was able to be heavy on top in that second period. And now Peterson trying to get a takedown of his own. He does so, and now he goes up by 4. Don, that is absolutely huge.
Not a great shot by Rizzo, and Peterson was able to go around. Peterson's been pretty good on top, so it'll be interesting to see if he can ride him out for a period. It's a lot of time, a minute 36, but he almost had a bar going. He got the spiral right in. Be interesting to see if he can continue to do that. He needs to stay in here, stay in tight.
And now Peterson drags him back down to the mat, and we've got a minute 15 left in the third period. Peterson up 6-2 against Evan Rizzo. And Peterson has just looked phenomenal in this match. There's been questions throughout the season about the quality of this wrestler. I think this performance right here has taken away some of those questions.
Well, the match isn't over yet, but certainly when you have a freshman stepping into a St. Edward lineup and wrestling the quality of competition, he's going to take some bumps and bruises.
And Peterson up 6-2. We got 54 seconds left up on the clock. Peterson trying to hold on to Rizzo. Big mat return there. 45 seconds now left to go. Peterson now controlling this position. We got 35 seconds left. Aiden Peterson has appeared strong on top throughout this match. We'll see if he can continue to control this position. He's controlling that ankle of Rizzo, and wrestlers will go off the mat. We got 24 seconds left. Eagles coaches approve from the bench as Peterson's got 24 seconds left to try to ride out this period and win this match against Evan Rizzo of the Bees. And now Peterson on this front headlock, still considered in control. We got 10 seconds left. Peterson inching closer and closer to victory. Now 5 seconds left, and Aiden Peterson's gonna do it. Question him now. Aiden Peterson gets it done for the Eagles. 18-15, the Eagles go up, and now it'll be a big 165-pound match. And I just want to take a moment to give some recognition out to that young man, Aiden Peterson, who just came through big for the Eagles and put them up 18-15. And now it'll be Frank Gallo of Brecksville. He's a senior for the squad, and Ty Miller already in on a takedown. Ty Miller wasting no time. Only 10 seconds into this match, Ty Miller already up 2-0. Earlier this year, most notable win came against Gunnar Cramblett of Graham, who got 6th place at the Ironman this year, so that is a big feather in the cap for that young man. Miller remains on top here, up 2-0. A minute 30 remains here in the first period. He also got a victory earlier today against Jack Marconi, the 12-4 major decision, and Marconi is ranked number 4th in the state from Avon Lake. So Ty Miller has really had a great season thus far, as now he's trying to work this bar across. And Miller trying to look for the fall. And bridging is Gallo. Trying to secure the position is Ty Miller. He's looking for a fall. The referee watching closely. Ty Miller trying to work the shoulders of Gallo down to the mat. 45 seconds left in this first period. And Miller trying to remain in this position and try to secure the fall. Gallo trying his best to not surrender this fall. This would be huge for the Eagles. Ty Miller so close. He'll for sure get the 3 points. He's very close on this fall. And we got 15 seconds left. And Ty Miller so close to this fall, not awarded yet. And we got 5 seconds left. Ty Miller's gotten so close. And that's it for the first period of action. And Ty Miller will go up 5-0 with those 3 back points. Don, he was so close to getting that fall.
So close to that fall, but even more so, Gallo had to fight off his back for about a minute, 10 seconds, and that takes up a lot of energy. So 4 minutes left to wrestle. We'll see if Ty can get another pin hold on him and see if he can maybe run a bar or a cradle.
We'll see if that energy expenditure plays any kind of factor here. Ty Miller up 7-0. We got 1:40 remaining in this second period. And Don, as you've stressed the importance of throughout this season, these bonus points so big in close matches. We'll see if Ty Miller can come through with a bonus point victory against Frank Gallo.
Yeah, it looks like Ty's got that bar in again, and he's looking to possibly run that. In the meantime, Gallo's been warned for stalling.
And Ty Miller, 17 bonus point victories so far this season. He'll look to make it 18 against Gallo, up 7-0. We've got a minute left in the second period. He's got that bar in. And another stall call on Gallo on bottom. That's a point for Ty Miller. He now goes up 8-0. For the moment, that major decision, but we still got a lot of wrestling left to go in this match. 45 seconds remain in the second period. Now trying to control that left arm of Gallo is Ty Miller rather, and now trying to get a turn is Ty Miller, and he's starting to get the back points. And trying for the fall is Ty Miller. He's very close. We got 15 seconds left, and he gets it! The Eagles crowd erupts here from the Eagles Nest. Eagles now go up 24-15. Don, that is absolutely massive by Ty Miller. A big moment for Eagles wrestling with a pin from Ty Miller, and he's urging the crowd to get up on their feet as we welcome out onto the mat twin Jarrell Miller. This the 175-pound match. He'll be taking on Luke Venadia of the Bees. And Miller now with this high amplitude takedown, he gets it. He'll get the 2 there for the Eagles. Now up 2-0. We got 1:40 remaining. And wrestlers will reset back to the center. Venadia, high-level wrestler in his own right, ranked number 3 in the state. Jarrell Miller ranked number 2. So this will be a high-level match between 2 great wrestlers.
Yeah, once again, another great wrestling family for Brecksville. Venadia's solid wrestlers. It's going to be a great match.
And wrestlers now working at distance here. Jarrell Miller up 2-1. We got 1:20 left in the first period. Now Venadia going for that shot, and Miller doing a great job of sprawling and going behind there. Up 4-1 now is Jarrell Miller. He's looking up to follow up a strong showing from twin Ty Miller. as he drags Venadia back down to the mat, and that gets some applause from this Eagles heavy crowd. And that momentum that the Brecksville crowd had when they tied it up 15-15 is almost all gone at the moment, with Jarrell Miller up 4-1 and the Eagles up by a score of 24-15. 59 seconds now remain here in the first period. There'll be caution on Venadia. Luke Venadia in the state dual championship last season lost by technical fall to Luke Geog, who eventually went on to be a state champion for the Eagles. Go ahead.
And Luke is wrestling for Ohio State right now.
He's been wrestling great for Ohio State. I've got an opportunity to check out some of his matches. Great wrestler for this Eagles squad and now for the Ohio State Buckeyes. And Jarrell Miller for this Eagles squad, also a very high-level wrestler who's ranked number 2 in the state at the moment, was a state runner-up last season. He'll try to come through in March for the Eagles. But at the moment, wrestling in this state dual championship match, and Venadia was close to getting that escape, but Jarrell switched down to the double leg and kept him back on the mat. Jarrell Miller will try to ride out this first period. We got 15 seconds left. Jarrell Miller remains on top, and it's been heavy pressure here from Miller, and wrestlers go off the edge of the mat. We've had so many times throughout this match that we've gone off the edge of the mat with 1 second left, and we do that once again here. Miller will be on top for the last second of the period. And that'll be it for the first period of action. Jarrell Miller up 4-1. And Miller will go down here to begin the second period. Last season, Jarrell Miller was included in the Cleveland All-Star Wrestling Team list. Also took second place at Ironman earlier this season. A national tournament is Ironman, a very encouraging sign for this wrestler, Jarrell Miller. Miller now trying to work up to the feet, and he will not be awarded the escape point yet, but now he gets the reversal.
Yeah, very, very slick move by Miller. He was almost ready to get the escape point, but instead of breaking away, he turned, hit a high crotch, went to a double, and was able to score a reversal.
And sometimes you see those moments where they don't quite break away. It ends up being a disaster for the wrestler who was on bottom, and they just end up not getting an escape point where they could have, but Miller, very slick there, able to secure the reversal. Now up 6-1, a minute left in the second period. Now Venadia will try to work back up to the feet. Miller going to try to drag him back down now on the leg of Venadia. And
Miller's got to work up or he's going to get hit with stalling here.
Miller now trying to work up to the far hip and now brings Venadia back down to the mat. We've got 30 seconds left in the second period. Jarrell Miller up by a score of 6-1. Jarrell Miller continues to work on top here. We got 20 seconds left in the second period. Miller's record stands at 22-5 on the season. And Venadia trying to make it back to the feet. He does and gets the escape point. And that'll be it for our second period. Jarrell Miller up by a score of 6-2. It will be the choice of Luke Venadia. And we've got a timeout for the moment. Didn't quite catch the reasoning. It might be blood on the nose of Miller. So we've actually got blood, I believe, from Miller on the wrist of Venadia. And Miller will chat over with Coach Carson and Coach John Heffernan as the wrestlers will go back into the center to begin this third period. Jarrell Miller up 6-2. It's the 175-pound match. Eagles up 24-15.
So in the third period, Venadia chooses neutral.
And do you think for Venadia there was potentially trouble he had from getting out of Miller's grasp on bottom, or do you think he just wants to go for these takedowns?
I think he probably feels the best way he can close the gap on the match is to get a takedown. So didn't want to spend time on the mat.
So he'll elect to try to secure these takedowns as Miller now searches for his own takedown. This heavy whizzer from Venadia as they now raise up to the feet. And this has been great wrestling action all day from the Eagles' Nest, culminating in this Brecksville and Eagles match, which has just been phenomenal to watch. I'm Cody Wagner here alongside Don Murphy. In this match, at the moment, Jarrell Miller up by a score of 6-2 against Luke Venadia.
Less than a minute to go in the third period.
Like I mentioned, Venadia number 3 at 175 pounds. Jarrell Miller number 2 in the state. So just about as high level as it gets as Jarrell Miller gets the takedown. We got 30 seconds left. Jarrell Miller up 8-2. And we might see him try to go for a major decision. He's now trying to up the tempo, but that allows Venadia to get a takedown late. It's now 8-5 Miller. 15 seconds remain. And that Venadia takedown does not allow Miller to work for a major decision. So we got 5 seconds left. The stall warning will come on Jarrell Miller, and that'll be it for the Eagles. Jarrell Miller up 8-5. Saying this is my house is Jarrell Miller as he comes away with the victory 8-5 against Luke Venadia of the Bees. We'll now move on to 190 pounds. Eagles now up 27-15. Now it's Johnny Slaper here at 190 pounds.
Yeah, it seems like we got a little bit of problem with the scoreboard. They got to get that set up right. Someone pushed the wrong button.
And now it will be Riley McPherson at 190 pounds here for the Bees. He'll be taking on Johnny Slaper of the Eagles. Slaper currently ranked at number 7 in the state at 190 pounds. Took 5th place in the state last season. Took 6th place in the state his freshman season. So this, one of the more veteran wrestlers for this Eagles squad.
Yeah, and once again, this is going to be a great match. A couple top-ranked wrestlers going at it here a couple weeks before we get into the state tournament series.
And this kind of a big preview for that state tournament. Currently wrong on the scoreboard. Score is 0-0, and this is Johnny Sleeper taking on Riley McPherson of the Bees. We got a minute 15 remaining here in the first period. Both wrestlers working out of these tie-ups here early. Slaper wrestled at 190 pounds as well last season, and he'll get hit with the stall warning. In the state duels last year, went 3-0, getting a technical fall and a pin. And that was Sean Earl of Brecksville that he pinned in 54 seconds in the finals last season. And that match last season ended in Eagles victory 54-9. This one far closer this year. Eagles up 26-15 for the moment. Both wrestlers content to work at distance thus far. And now looking for takedowns, Johnny Slaper. He's got it. And he goes up 2-0 late in the first period. We got 10 seconds left. Slaper 2-0 on the day. He's going to try to ride out the remainder of this period. And he will be able to do so. Get some applause there from the Eagles bench. Head coach John Heffernan took over in that fall of 2018 season, and since then has been perfect on these state dual championships. We'll see if he can remain so here today as Slaper now works this quad pod, broken down by McPherson. McPherson appears heavy on top. Now Slaper once again building a base, now works back up to his feet, trying to break the grip of McPherson. McPherson tries to kick out the leg, but Slaper ultimately gets the escape point. Now up 3-0 is Johnny Slaper. We've got a minute and a half left in the second period. Now working on these collar ties are both wrestlers. And we continue this action out in the center of the mat. We got a minute 10 remaining, and now Slaper on the back of McPherson. He'll try to lift him up, and he gets the takedown. Johnny Slaper now goes up 5-0.
And the wrestling is ended on mat number 2 with Wadsworth winning 44-21 over Dublin Kaufman. So Wadsworth takes third.
And so Wadsworth, who was defeated by Brecksville in that third place match, comes away with victory, and we'll see who comes away with the win in this first place match between the Eagles and Brecksville. Johnny Slaper right now on top of Riley McPherson. Slaper at the moment still up 5-0, looking for a turn now, and he might come off the side of McPherson.
10 seconds ago, Slaper has to be real careful here and not give up any points, but he's got a pretty good power half in.
He's working off to the side of McPherson, trying to get a turn, and that'll be it for the second period of action. We'll head into the third. Johnny Slaper up 5-0. It'll be Slaper on top to begin the third period. Slaper now working around to the front of McPherson.
Looks like Slaper's trying to put a three-quarter Nelson in there. It didn't quite work so well. And he's going back to it again. So we'll see if not.
Slaper trying to work that position. He's got a minute 30 left in the third period. He's up 5-0. He continues to work on top. It's Johnny Slaper for the Eagles at 190 pounds. Riley McPherson able to work out of the bottom position. Now he'll get the reversal for 2. It'll be 5-2 Slaper. We've got a minute 10 remaining in this match. And McPherson will allow Slaper back up. Rather, he'll stay down. And coach is urging McPherson to let him back up. And 6-2 now Slaper. We got a minute left in the third period. McPherson has got to push the pace here. He's got 50 seconds left. If Johnny Slaper wins this match, he wins it for the Eagles. He's up 6-2. We got 30 seconds left. And a stalemate call comes from the referee. We'll go back into the center of the mat. 30 seconds left to work for McPherson. Slaper takes a look up at that clock. McPherson now goes in on the single leg of Slaper. Now into this waterfall position. McPherson going to try to work for a takedown. This position generally time consuming. It takes a little bit of work to get a takedown, and
pretty quick
stalemate.
Pretty quick stalemate call there. Referee knew where it's going, but it's 16 seconds to go. Slaper still up 4, in good position.
And Slaper just going to kind of dance around, hold on to these collar ties, and try to come away with victory here against McPherson. Now he's in on this front headlock, and he's just going to try to control and hold this position, and that will be victory for your St. Edward Eagles. As Slaper puts the Eagles up 29-15, and we've got just 2 matches left, so being up 14, that's it. We'll continue to wrestle these last 2 matches, and actually they'll give the forfeit to Veneti at 2:15, but we will wrestle the heavyweight match. So Wah, with that tape over his shoulder, not wrestling in this match, but we will get an opportunity to see heavyweight of the Eagles, Nate Gregory. And coming out here on the mat for Brecksville is E.J. German, who actually made it down to that 215-pound limit. He weighed in at 217 pounds here today, and Gregory weighed in at 222. So 2 smaller heavyweights, but Gregory already got the takedown up 2-0, 15 seconds into the match. And the score is 29-21 Eagles, but doesn't matter too much at this point, as the Eagles have secured victory against the Brecksville Bees. Now Gregory continues on top, and the escape point will be awarded to German. German ranked number 23 in the state at 285 pounds. Gregory ranked number 5 at heavyweight.
I didn't see the end of the Wadsworth match, the end of the heavyweight match, but I know German wrestled Reese, the number 1 guy in the state, very, very well. Wrestled very tough, did not make a lot of mistakes.
And that was a slick takedown, trying to get that takedown attempt.
Yeah, this is a lot different match. German a lot quicker than Reese, but gave up a lot of weight. These guys are even size-wise. They're both very agile, very good athletes.
Gregory up 2-1 here early. We got 50 seconds left in the first period. And wrestlers will go off the mat. We'll go back into the center here. Nate Gregory up 2-1. We got 45 seconds left in the first period. Gregory also serving as a linebacker for that state championship football team. Not too often you see sophomores get the starting spot on that Eagles football squad, but Gregory did so, and is also a heck of a wrestler out on the mats. German last weekend was able to secure 2 falls in that district duel. 1 in a minute 33, 1 in 30 seconds. So he'll try to get this takedown here on Gregory on the edge of the mat. He gets it, and wrestlers work off the mat. He's up 3-2. We got 10 seconds left. Gregory will try to get this escape late in the period, as it'll be German on top. Gregory immediately builds back up to the feet and is not quite able to, now gets the escape with 5 seconds left. Nate Gregory ties the score at 3-3. And this Eagles side of the gym is almost packed. People coming out to watch some high-level wrestling action between the Bees and the Eagles. We'll now go into the second period. Gregory 3, German 3 on the Eagles Sports Network. It's Gregory on bottom to begin the second period. And German doing a good job of breaking him down. Gregory now flattened out. Now 15 seconds here into the second period. We'll see if Gregory is able to work for this escape point.
And Gregory's got to get to his base there. There he goes.
Gregory earlier today coming away with a victory against Chris Manu of Dublin Kaufman, the far bigger Manu. Gregory really doesn't have a problem with the bigger guys, but in this case, German not much bigger than Gregory is. Gregory now works from this bottom position. Score remains tied at 3-3. 1 minute left to go in the second period. And now this big throw from Gregory. And I kind of want to call him the finisher. So many times this year he's gotten falls to finish matches for the Eagles. And he gets it! Nate Gregory gets it done and flexes for the crowd. Nate Gregory doing it for the Eagles. Eagles win this one 35-21. Get him another 5 for 5 for head coach John Heffernan. He's won yet another state championship, and this Eagles dynasty continues. And you've got to feel so good for this Eagles squad, a team that battled through injury this entire season. How do you feel about it, Don?
Well, yeah, I think it was a great wrestling match between two quality teams. Brecksville has been a high-quality team for a number of years now. They've obviously got 14 ranked wrestlers in their weight class, and for the Eagles to come out with a win, they've got to feel very good about the way they wrestled. And just talking about wrestling, what great competitive matches we saw here. Some of these guys will be wrestling each other in the state tournament. That's when they may see each other again, but great wrestling. Two great programs up here in Northeast Ohio, and lots of fun to watch.
And in the state of Ohio, the Eagles remain perfect in this dual format, and in the last 5 seasons in the Ohio State Tournament have not lost a single dual match, which is just a crazy fact to think about. And this sustained success from the Eagles squad continues here today with a 35-21 victory.
Yeah, congratulations to Coach Heffernan winning his 4th dual match, and in 4 years of being the head coach here, he's done a great job, and a lot of great teams in Ohio. So nice end. Now it's time to focus on the individual tournament. Eagles will take a week off next week, no competition, and then they'll go into the sectional tournament, the sectional district states.
And the Eagles hoist up that state championship as they all huddle around. And that'll be it from the Eagles Nest. It's been with absolute pleasure to bring you this action. The Eagles getting excited one last time as they hoist up that championship. I've been Cody Wagner here alongside Don Murphy. So long from the Eagles Nest.